I met him on a popular dating app called Bumble. His profile was filled with witty comments and intriguing photos. We started chatting and instantly hit it off. His messages were charming and attentive, and he seemed genuinely interested in getting to know me. We decided to meet for a casual coffee date at a local cafe. The first few dates went well, and I enjoyed spending time with him. But as our relationship progressed, things took a dark turn. It started with small signs, like him showing up unexpectedly at my workplace, claiming he wanted to surprise me. At first, I brushed it off as a romantic gesture, but it soon became a regular occurrence. He would linger around, watching me, and it made my colleagues uncomfortable. Then came the late-night visits to my apartment. I would wake up in the middle of the night to find him outside my window, staring intently. I confronted him about it, and he brushed it off as a coincidence, claiming he couldn't sleep and decided to take a walk. But deep down, I knew something was off. His messages became possessive and controlling. He would ask where I was every hour, demanding to know who I was with and what I was doing. I felt suffocated, like I was losing my freedom and independence. I started to fear for my safety, unsure of what he was capable of. I confided in my friends who urged me to end things with him. They could see the warning signs that I was blind to. I finally mustered the courage to break up with him over text, explaining that his behavior was unacceptable and that I needed space. His response was filled with anger and threats, leaving me even more terrified. I decided to take action to protect myself. I blocked him on all platforms, changed my locks, and alerted my friends and family about the situation. I also contacted the police, providing them with evidence of his stalking and harassment. It was a long and difficult process, but eventually the law intervened, and he was issued a restraining order. The experience left me scarred and wary of trusting someone again. It took time to heal and regain my sense of security. But through therapy and support from loved ones, I managed to rebuild my life. I learned to listen to my instincts and recognize the red flags in any potential relationship. My ordeal served as a reminder that not everyone on a dating app has good intentions, and it's crucial to prioritize safety and well-being above all else. On Mystery Connections, a dating app that catered to those with a taste for the unconventional, I stumbled upon a profile that intrigued me. His name was Damien, and his profile exuded an air of mystery. His photos showcased his enigmatic smile, and his bio hinted at a world beyond the ordinary. We started chatting, and I was drawn to his intellect and depth. Our conversations were a blend of intellectual debates and playful banter, and it didn't take long for me to develop a fascination with him. He spoke of secrets that lay hidden beneath the surface of the world, of hidden knowledge that promised unimaginable power. As our connection grew, Damien confessed a dark secret he had been hiding. He was involved in a secret society that delved into occult practices. They explored forbidden knowledge, harnessing the forces of the supernatural to shape their lives according to their desires. He invited me to join him, promising a life of boundless potential and unlimited wealth. At first, I was intrigued. The allure of power and knowledge was tempting, and I found myself drawn into the world he described. He spoke of ancient rituals and secret gatherings, where the mysteries of the universe were unveiled to those deemed worthy. But as I delved deeper, doubts started to creep in. I questioned the morality of such practices and the consequences they might entail. Damien, sensing my hesitation, became more persistent, using manipulative tactics to convince me of the benefits that awaited me. I sought guidance from trusted friends, sharing my doubts and concerns. They warned me about the dangers of dabbling in the occult, explaining the potential repercussions and the ethical implications. They reminded me of the importance of remaining true to my values and the potential consequences of crossing lines that shouldn't be crossed. In the end, I made the difficult decision to cut off all contact with Damien. I realized that delving into the dark side came with a price too high to pay. The allure of power and wealth paled in comparison to the value of my integrity and the peace of mind that came from staying true to myself. It was a challenging experience, and it made me question my judgment and vulnerability. But it also served as a valuable lesson about the importance of staying grounded and true to my values. I learned that not everything that glitters is gold, and that the pursuit of power should never come at the cost of one's soul. It was a chilly autumn evening when I stumbled upon his profile on Tinder, a dating app that promised to find your perfect match. His profile stood out from the rest, filled with adventure and a love for exploring the unknown. We quickly connected over our shared fascination with the supernatural. As our conversations deepened, we discovered a mutual interest in urban legends and abandoned places. It didn't take long for us to hatch a plan, an exploration of an abandoned house that had a haunting reputation. We saw it as a unique and thrilling date idea, an opportunity to create lasting memories together. On the designated day, we met outside the dilapidated structure, a once grand mansion now consumed by nature's relentless grip. The atmosphere was heavy with an eerie silence as we approached the creaking front door. Adrenaline coursed through our veins as we stepped inside, holding hands tightly. At first, the experience was everything we had hoped for. The dim light filtered through the cracked windows, casting eerie shadows on the peeling wallpaper. We explored room after room, marveling at the remnants of a forgotten past. But as the evening wore on, we began to notice strange occurrences. Doors slammed shut behind us, as if moved by an unseen force. Our footsteps echoed through the empty corridors, accompanied by whispers that seemed to float through the air. The temperature dropped, and an icy chill crept up our spines. Fear started to gnaw at the edges of our excitement. We pressed on, determined to conquer our fears and find out what lay at the heart of the house's haunting reputation. But with each step, the atmosphere grew more oppressive. Shadows danced along the walls, taking on eerie shapes that seemed to defy logic. Whispers turned into distinct voices, whispering our names in hushed tones. Panic gripped us as we realized we were not alone. Ghostly figures appeared in the corners of our vision, their ethereal forms hauntingly beautiful yet undeniably menacing. We rushed towards the exit, our hearts pounding in our chests, but it seemed the house didn't want to let us go. The doors that had previously slammed shut now refused to budge. We were trapped, caught in the clutches of a malevolent force. Panic turned into terror as we desperately searched for an escape route, our hands trembling and voices filled with desperation. The house seemed alive, as if it reveled in our fear. Unsettling whispers grew louder, urging us to stay, to become part of its haunted legacy. It was as if the spirits of the past were reaching out, their spectral hands trying to pull us into their dark realm. With adrenaline coursing through our veins, we made one final push towards freedom. We ran through the labyrinthine hallways, disoriented and disheveled. As we turned a corner, we came face to face with a sight that froze us in our tracks. In front of us stood a figure, draped in tattered garments. Its eyes gleamed with a haunting light, and a sinister smile crossed its lips. It was the ghost of a former resident, forever bound to this house by a tragic fate. It beckoned us closer, its voice a chilling whisper that echoed in our ears. Instinct kicked in, and we mustered every ounce of strength to break free from its enchanting gaze. We ran, fueled by fear and adrenaline, crashing through doors and stumbling down the decaying staircase. As we burst out of the front door, gasping for breath, we realized we had escaped the clutches of the haunted house. We collapsed on the grass, our bodies trembling with a mixture of fear and relief. The experience had left an indelible mark on our souls. We had come face to face with the supernatural, and it had tested the limits of our courage. From that day forward, we vowed never to venture into the realms of the unknown again. The haunted house had taught us the value of caution and the importance of respecting the boundaries between the living and the dead. It served as a reminder that some mysteries are best left unexplored, and that not all adventures have a happy ending.